Welcome to the Create It with Katrina Julia show by Fit Life Creation, where we talk all the things on faith, wellness, marketing, business, and travel so you create a life and business you love. I understand the struggle. I've transformed every area of life, from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and bondage to freedom, including transitioning from over 7 industries and more. You will learn all the things to create, transform, and inspire a life and business you love. So let's create it. Welcome to day 5 of my 30-day challenge to create a life and business you love. And today we are talking about ClickUp. Friends, entrepreneurs, creators, CEOs, if you have not heard about ClickUp, you are missing out. It is an incredible project management tool I discovered back in 2020, and I have used it faithfully ever since. Hashtag this is not sponsored yet. So a bit of backstory. As a MBA, as a CPA, with experience in 7+ industries, from strategy to finance to marketing to operations, I have used a plethora, literally a plethora of tech and tools all across the board. And project management is definitely one of them. And I've used everything from Microsoft Project to Asana to Monday to Meister, and definitely either demoed or tried out a ton of others. And I can tell you, with that backstory, in that insight, ClickUp so far exceeds them all for several different reasons. And if you want to really see the behind the scenes, if you're listening in on the show, I encourage you to go to my YouTube channel and check out day 5, the 30-day challenge, as well as the ClickUp video. It's in lessons learned from losing $1 million in proposals, and also a ClickUp preview. So if you go to my channel at Limitless Global Girl and you search by ClickUp, you should find those related videos and or lessons learned. So a bit of a background on ClickUp. It is one app to replace them all your work in one place. And I'm literally on the homepage right now of ClickUp.com for those of you listening. They have dashboards, which is absolutely my favorite, tasks, whiteboards, chat, goals, docs, and a number of other templates as well. And they recently integrated ClickUp AI to help us work faster, smarter, and ignite creativity. And then I am also a ClickUp VIP. I get insider information into the community because of my use. And I am also ClickUp certified. And this is something that I help creators and CEOs in our Create It Monthly, which you're going to hear all about on the show. And I'll give you guys a preview of on YouTube. And also in the retreats, Fitcations, Contentcations, and of course, if you work with me on deeper levels like fractional CMO, CFO, and so forth. So ClickUp AI also helps you write, create action items, set up timelines. I used ClickUp AI recently for my event planning. And then helps you with projects and tasks and simplifying getting work done. I really like, so they have different views of lists and boards, and I really love the boards. I'm going to show you guys some behind the scenes of my own ClickUp. You can also create brand new docs. So I use the docs a lot to insert screenshots and or videos for my virtual assistants. So I've used Emphasize now for several years, but I recently paused working with Emphasize because if you guys have been listening to the show, I talked quite a bit on 5 steps to launch like a boss about AI and IO and ChatGPT. And because I have expanded so much of automation and delegation with those tools, the way that I've been doing things on a business to business side and a business to consumer side and the tasks I previously delegated to VAs changed radically. And also I'm saving like over 20 to 40 hours a week by utilizing these tools. So I paused VAs because I realized, wait a minute, let me get a handle on how I am creating things now. Let me test it a couple times. Then let me recreate the 3 to 5 steps and then free up my time again with VAs. The other thing I really like about ClickUp is they integrate. So you can integrate from previous tools and import what you had in Asana, in Airtable, in Trello, in Basecamp, in Monday, etc., even from a CSV file. It is built for teams from 1 to 1,000 plus because you're going to see in my behind the scenes firsthand project management, sales, marketing, social media planning, and on and on and on. And definitely you guys let me know. So one of the videos I have on my YouTube channel is Creator to CEO and how is your marketing? And the goal of that course is to also integrate more of ClickUp so that you can really prioritize your business as a creator and a CEO. They also have tons of help documents, webinars, and then on their homepage, you can compare them to Monday, to Asana, etc. So you can clearly see the differences as well. So with that, let's go into my behind the scenes. So if you are watching, you can see the user and login is super, super easy. I had to log out to show you the homepage because otherwise it kept reverting back to my ClickUp. So let me click home so you guys can see what home looks like. And then actually before we do that, when you get into ClickUp, when you first get started, they have an amazing step-by-step remote onboarding. And I followed it to a T when I first got started in 2020. So you can see like what I'm looking at here, they preloaded this, and this is directly, from the ClickUp team and, as a gift, the way I look at it, and also to help give you, retain you using the tool. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. When you were watching, if you were watching on YouTube, you saw earlier they have a free forever plan. Of course, there's limitations with that. And I started with the free plan, and then I upgraded to the $9 a month plan. So their plans are definitely affordable. And then I upgraded with time to adding in the dashboards and adding ClickUp AI recently. So right now I pay $24 a month. So that gives you just kind of insight into what the actual tool costs, and that is as of this recording, August 11th. So, and again, subject to change, just like anything else. So, I am not the creator of ClickUp, and I do not have control over their prices. So back to the remote onboarding, you can see organize with the hierarchy, reoccurring tasks. You can set up tasks as reoccurring so that you're reminded. Dashboards, you'll get a preview of dashboards, setting due dates, managing notifications. I do not get notifications to my email. I do not get notifications to my phone. My phone has been on silent for years. I realized what a distraction death trap the phone could be when I got my first company corporate phone years ago. I called it was the BlackBerry, but I called it the Crackberry. Then I realized if I was to keep my phone on, notifications listed, I would likely never get things done. And in fact, there are studies, you guys, that having your phone on and notifications on, and the more things you have, it is literally like PTSD to our brain. So I encourage you to Google like impacts of notifications, impacts of cell phone sounds to your brain. because I often get asked, like, how can you focus? How can you prioritize? Because I'm very aware of, the world and how there's increasing amounts of information, which can be great and value and things for free. But I'm also aware that there is danger and distraction. And I also track my screen time, both on the computer and on my phone, and regularly unplug. Like this morning, I already went for a swim upstairs and didn't have any other screen time other than playing my prayers on my phone and praying, and then going upstairs to swim, and then filming a quick workout with bands by the pool. So that was the extent of me using my phone before recording this. And then my phone is away with the screen down, and I don't even let it light up. So there are ways to do that. But anyway, I digress. But I think it's important to note. On ClickUp, you can shift your ClickUp views. You can, I still was on it because it was managing notifications. But anyway, excuse my human. Inbox, profiles, prioritizing your tasks, task status and priorities, weekly team goals, saving your team time, collaborating, communicating with your team in ClickUp. So you can see they give you 14 different steps. And I definitely encourage you, whether you decide to be in my Create It Monthly, or whether you decide to potentially get into ClickUp on your own, or adapt what I'm showing you to a degree into your own project management or priorities. ClickUp definitely helps you create, build, and grow your business, because it's going to help you prioritize. Like I was kicking myself in 2020 because I realized, wait a minute, Katrina, you always used project management when you worked in corporate. Why haven't you been using it for yourself, right? So now you've seen getting started. Now I want you to see the homepage, the way I have it set up. And of course, you can have it set up however you want. So you can see when I clicked home, this is what I see. I see, just FYI for those of you tuning in, I see the lineup, which the lineup, ClickUp has trademark, and it's basically, your top 3 priorities. Then you have trending, then you have your work, and then you have to the left, notifications. I cleared them all before I started recording, and they were just some reoccurring tasks. You can see show more, which is pulse goals. You can see favorites. I don't think I marked any favorites. You can see spaces, which is how ClickUp fundamentally runs off of spaces, because everything is driven from the spaces. Dashboards and docs. So you can always search by whatever you want to search for. You can see some of my recent searches. I just searched for remote onboarding. You can see tasks, docs, whiteboards, dashboards, chats, files, comments, people. Community creation and accounts and opportunities is where I likely live the most. Social campaign and posts, and the dashboard. You can see several others here. Then before we let's go into the dashboards, because I want you to see the top down. I want you to see how ClickUp rolls up and how you are able to truly be a creator to CEO. And before I show you the dashboard, let's talk about your priorities, and let's talk about lineup. So on lineup, I listed 3 priorities, and let's see. So you see lineup here, and then you see CMO, launch 5 figures, and online campaign. So CMO, and the due date on that, actually, I don't know why I didn't update. Okay. So CMO, if you don't know, stands for Chief Marketing Officer, and my next goal is between $12,000 to $33,000 a month. And in other areas, you're going to see in accounts and opportunities, I have CMO segmented by fractional CMO, which if you go to my bit.ly, if you don't know what bit.ly is, it's basically shortening a link. If you go to my bit.ly bit.ly/create it like a boss, it's also in the show notes for those of you tuning in on the show. You can see right now my 75 plus tools, the freebies library, Create It Monthly, Creator Community, Top 10 Travel, We Are Pepper, My Bio, and Media Kit. You can get to my fractional CMO in 2 ways. I was shortening my link in bio. You can either get to it in Creator Community, Or you can get to it and a lot of my videos talk about marketing, and they're all listed, like how is your marketing is one of my most popular videos on YouTube. And I walk you through my free marketing quiz step by step. And fractional, it's the other way you can get to it is bit.ly/fractional CMO like a boss. So I'll show you both of these real quick for those of you tuning in. So here's the Create It community. And as you scroll, you can see with our creations and community, you create it like a boss, a life and business you love with freedom, with online experiences, fit and contentcations, retreats, co-living, CMO, and management. We've got everything you need to turn your passion into profits and create it like a boss. So the Creator Collective, you can see right off the fitcations and contentcations and retreats and co-living also roll into the Chief Marketing Officer and management, and content done for you is also a segment of CMO, fractional CMO, and so is influencer management. So you can see, like, basically I was doing my assessment and offerings in B School yesterday for the 4th time because I'm always learning. And basically it's, 4 key components. It's online experiences, CMO, live events, and management, okay? But different things roll into that. And then also in the live experiences and the higher end, the online experiences and tips, tools, and tech and wellness, wealth, business, and travel are included. So you can look through the Creator Collective and different things. And then also specifically, you could get to CMO here. And so with that revenue stream, which is why I also brought you here, 1, to show you, but 2, also with the revenue stream, you can see on fractional CMO like a boss, you can take the free quiz. You can get insight into the strategy, the structure, the systems, testimonials, and things that I have. And then my story and highlights there. So you can see all about my story, and also at fitlifecreation.com/creator and several blog posts and shows. And then you can see FAQs, and at the bottom, you can also see pricing. $7,000, $12,000, and or $12,000 annual. And so that is also into play right now. And I will be updating it for August and September. So that is one way to get to the 12 to 30,000, 7,000. So that's roughly 3 to 4 clients, right? Depending on which one they choose. The fitcations and contentcations, especially if they're aligned to brands and they align to CMO, is another way to get there. And then influencer management, which is also a component, and or content done for you. And I bundle the offers. And content done for you is essentially a social media manager. And again, that's a component of CMO. So social media manager, influencer manager, component of chief marketing officer. And the focus there is to scale and build that into a marketplace. And the same thing on the CFO side. Okay, launch 5 figures. And I'm very mindful of how I align my time from highest priority, highest impact, etc. on, and then online campaign. So right now, part of my online campaign is this 30-day challenge, because obviously, like, it's on my YouTube, it's on my podcast, it's on my social media, it's in my emails, and I'm clear that some of these things are going to attract people into, my Create It Monthly, into potentially Creator to CEO and the pre-launch that's coming up, into the retreats or the contentcations. But also, I'm clear, you guys, that even though this is a targeted online campaign, everyone is several things. They're not just one thing. They're, not just, a mom or someone listening. No, they also work at a company, or you also work at a company, and you might think, this would be great for Katrina to come in to do a Creator to CEO program. It would be great to have Katrina teach our team to set this up, and voila, that leads to a speaking engagement, or that leads to with workshops, or that leads to a CMO or CFO opportunity. So you can see how by really being clear with your target customers, it becomes easier and easier and easier. So I'm clear, for example, my target customer with you guys is Katalea. And I know what she loves. I know what she doesn't love. I know what she listens to. I know what interests her because she's a lot like me. And also former versions of me. And then I also know who is listening from a corporate aspect, and she's also a former version of me, and what attracts her and what interests her. And it's still a specific person, okay? So you guys see the lineup. I walked you through some goals. I'm going to close that. Now I want you to see, before we dive into, because again, I'm going top down, okay? So top down means higher level, like this one is lineup, the 3 key components. I talked through a bit of that, and then let's look into the dashboards, because the dashboards, again, if you are running your business with priority, if you don't have a pulse on your business and you don't have visuals and you're not tracking, it gets harder, or it's harder, I believe, to focus. Like I focus through having these 2 dashboards. I focus through having a scorecard. I focus through, like yesterday, if you tuned in, I have another video on my YouTube channel, Co-Work With Me. I showed you guys like on more of the minutia and the day-to-day, and you got to co-work, or you can go co-work with me for an hour. And I showed some behind the scenes of what happened, that morning, and different things on, how I plan out my day, how I line up a launch. So I walked into, detail with lineups. Through my YouTube channel, through my podcast, through my email. So I shared a lot there, but this video is taking it in the opposite realm. It's now going top down instead of bottom up. So let's look at the dashboard. So this is my Create 7 area. So remember earlier, I showed you the Create, I haven't yet. I haven't showed you the Create 7 in the spaces. Because again, remember, everything in the dashboards ties to spaces. Everything in the home and lineup ties to spaces. But before I show you spaces, because there's a ton of stuff there, and I'm going to give you a quick taste test with, a focus and highlights on 1 or 2 folders. Again, I wanted to take you from the top down, because if I start from the bottom up and you've never seen a project management tool, it can be a lot versus me showing, here's my 3 priorities. Here's my visual dashboard is easier for your brain statistically and overarchingly, like I've been teaching and training for years in corporate and different, industries and different aspects and trainings and compliance and on boards of directors. So I found this to be true over and over and over. So you can see on the Create 7, and for those of you listening in, I'm going to walk you through the dashboard. So there's a Create 7 dashboard, and you can see the workload by status, bar chart, total unassigned tasks, which somehow, I don't know, like I noticed that the other day. I don't know what happened. I think it's reoccurring tasks. Yep, it's a reoccurring task, and it looks like it's all media, which is super weird because before they were all assigning automatically. So what I think I'm going to do, you guys, and you can see this real time because it irritates me, is I think I'm going to delete this and make it non-reoccurring. Let's see if I can do that. I'm sure I can. Sharing and permissions. Somewhere there's a trigger that's reoccurring and it's not assigning, which it was. So anyway, I'm going to delete it for now because I don't see. Okay, so you can see it went down by 1, but I want to delete them all because it's irritating me. That's just my OCD self. Like I don't like unaddressed things, but now that I have a reason, I know. Okay, tasks in progress. You can see tasks by assignee. It created another reoccurring one, I think is what happened. Anyway, this date is wrong. So that's when I first created the sprints, right? So you can see edit. Actually, this is what we're going to do. I don't need this. It's annoying me. So look, you can see how easy that was. Tasks in progress. There you go. Tasks by assignee. Quarterly sprints. Sprints task closed, which is fine. I'm going to move that. So you can see how easy it is to set up a dashboard and how to modify things. Here's where you add cards, and they have tons of different templates and different things. They have a dashboard webinar, a dashboard guide. A couple years ago, they didn't have a webinar, so even I'm going to go back and listen. And they're always adding new things. You can see there's new cards. Like each of these is called a card. Then I have my 90-day plan. And one of the things I added a couple years ago is celebrates, you guys, as a card. And I have 791 celebrates. And it's so important. Our brains are so conditioned, with fight or flight, with survival, to focus on what's wrong. And the more we condition ourselves to focus on what's right and the things we have to celebrate and what we're grateful for, we feel better, we align better, things level up. And so I started doing this regularly several years ago. Spiritual status, pipeline, 7 steps to success. And if you've tuned in with me in the past, you know that my 7 steps to success are spiritual, mental, emotional, relational, playful, physical, and financial, and taking 1 to 3 aligned actions in each of those areas every single day. Financial status, I have some in progress, about 5%, about 95% is in alignment. Business to business proposals, the last 90 days. I think that's actually now 30 now that I'm thinking about it because I've been updating it. So let me change this. You'll see this change real time because I have it in edit mode. Bloop, bloop. I also keep a scorecard in Excel where I track things because I found that ClickUp did not have a template for this. So I track business to business, business to consumer things from this dashboard, but I also track conversions. And then I also track social media and media growth. So that is something I also share at our retreats in the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, and likely Creator to CMO program coming soon. Investor submissions less than 30 days, opportunities, so different lists, different things that come across my radar. This I think is like ongoing, etc., based on several different things. Launch forecast, meetings in less than 3 days, launch actual, then closed lost. So if you want to know one thing, I win because I keep going and I keep learning. And you can see on the screen, I have closed lost this year over $11.3 million in proposals. And if you haven't watched my face-to-face along with some behind the scenes from ClickUp video from earlier in 2023 on what I learned from losing millions of dollars on my YouTube, I definitely recommend you go back and watch and listen. It was also on the show, so some of you may have listened, but if you didn't watch on my YouTube, I definitely recommend you do because you'll see a ton more from ClickUp. And then you can see on the dashboard, total loss since I started using ClickUp, 43.3 million. So I am no stranger to losing and slash learning. I learned this from Conor McGregor in his book. I win or I learn, and then I added, so I'm always winning. So you can see I'm no stranger to taking leaps of faith and risking and having things not turn out exactly how I desire. So let's go into, now that you've seen the top down, let's now go into spaces. So now you can see all the plethora of stuff that goes into everything that you saw. You can see Create 7. And like now you can see what was tying to the dashboard, everything. So just like I have my 7 steps to success, and those of you that have tuned in the past, you know that I also have my Sacred 7 morning and night routine. You know I also have a Create 7, which goes by priority: community, launch, scale, clear, series, media, list, projects. And then I have a campaign calendar. 90-day plan. I talked about my 7 steps to success, plus my celebrate. So that's what you see here. You see daily, weekly, monthly. I added this template that ClickUp provided a couple months ago. So this is fairly new to me that I'm using. And I like to use, you can see different ways to see things. I like to use the board feature. They have, a list feature. I like the board just because visually for me, it's better. So you can see some of these like I did yesterday. I just haven't checked them off. So that's another thing. Like I'm in ClickUp at least 3, 4, 5 times a week, if not more. And you probably saw in some of the others, there's dates that I get to update. You can see top 3, migrate weekly to ClickUp. This was done. Oh, complete. Hello. These are all my complete tasks. 541 in progress, 7. I did EFT round 2. KPI review done. Launch 5 figures. So you can see how it all ties to what you just saw. Top 3 priorities, launch 5-figure content creation beta, which ties to CMO. Creator to CEO videos were actually done. Inner child workbook is in process. Learning, my learning list, my next photo book to order, El Salvador. Social campaign and post. So it keeps me focused. And then I have an annual plan that I added in 2022. And this also groups everything together for me. So because you saw, like, I have the top down, I have the community and the 7 items, then again, I recap it into the monthly. So you can see, like, everything ripples into everything else, like $12,000+ a month focused cash flow, and then how I am seeing that happen through the CMO, through speaking, through the retreats, then goal of Herbalife supervisor to world team, the NFT community. And you can see varying deadlines. Like some of them are in August and some of them are in September, and then some of them are open, etc. Quarterly sprints, team templates. So the other one I wanted to show you real quick, because a lot of the dashboard was from this, and then we'll wrap this up for the 30-day challenge, is community creation. So accounts and opportunities and the boards. And so you can see here, interviews, opportunities, launch, proposals, etc. Closed, lost, so that's where everything that's coming from. Investor leads, launch actual, closed, won. Okay, so I would love to know, like, what project management, if any, tools you're using. If you sign up for ClickUp, definitely tag me whatever you learned from this episode, whether you tuned in on the short segment on ClickUp and or whether you dove deeper into the 30-day challenge to create a life and business you love. Definitely tell me how you create it. And let me definitely leave a review on the show, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and would love to see how you continue to grow as a creator and CEO. And I promised earlier, just to show you guys really quick, and you can also access this from my Bitly. So if you go to the Bitly, Create It Like a Boss, you will also see the Create It Monthly. You'll see the 75+ tools to create a life and business you love, the freebies library, and then Create It Monthly. And then on Create It Monthly, you can look at what the plus is all about. For currently $97 a month, you get the Create It Summit with quarterly updates, exclusive access and discounts, the monthly mastermind, a live session with me once a month, vision workshop, exclusive previews to the newsletter and blog, Created Creations, the 75+ tools ebook, and a 7-day online challenge course. And there's some free posts there as well via Subkit. So I hope to see you on the inside. And as always, friends, remember, create, transform, and inspire, because you are born to. Loving this challenge, you will love my Create It Monthly. For the creators and for the CEOs who crave creating community and cash to create it like a boss, in Create It Monthly, you get access to 75+ tips, tools, and tech with an incredible ebook, a 7-day jumpstart online course with faith, wellness, marketing, business, travel, and wealth and communities, everything you see in the 30-day challenge. Exclusive access and discounts. The first to get in the Create It Summit when it's released. Created Creations, exclusive newsletters and blogs, a vision workshop, and a live group monthly session with me on various topics and hands-on sessions to create it, from wellness to marketing to business to travel to communities to money, and we vote on it as a community with a poll released monthly. Check out the link in the bio and dive deep into all the details on Create It Monthly. See you on the inside. and chats on faith, wellness, money, marketing, business, and travel so you create a life and business you already. Head on over to the blog, the podcast, and the freebies to jumpstart your transformation. If you're ready to dive into the online courses, the live events, or the retreat, and if you want to create with our community on an even deeper level, definitely check out our internships, our influencer collaborations, management, and brand engagement. Let's create it.